Alright, welcome back to another Go Simulator video, and today we'll be going over the latest update to Go Simulator version 1.158. In this update, there's a few new things in the game. Most of the stuff is fairly close to quality of life, and probably not super exciting for a lot of people, so it should be probably one of the quicker videos to go ahead and cover. Now to start off with, one of the biggest things that was added in this update is actually a new feature over here in the clothing store, and actually a small button over here that should make it a little bit faster to access. And that would be a actual limited display for all the items in the limited store. Now, if you guys don't know, there are 3 items that are always available in the limited store: legendary board, a godly pet, and a godly board, of which people can buy for Robux. It's been around for a while. Most people probably know about it. But now you can go ahead and actually view these items in 3D before you go ahead and purchase, which can be really helpful if the angle in the limited store shop is actually a bad angle. I know for some of the previous boards, like for instance Sun Blazer here, it's kind of hiding all that front part with the sun. So you can actually come inside and see that, oh, it has a bit more than just a red in that front. Overall, pretty good thing. You can actually, if you go ahead and touch them or click on any of the boards, go ahead and actually equip them too. So if you go ahead and open it up, you can actually go ahead and try out them, which allows you to go ahead and equip the boards, test out the trails, and just go ahead and be able to see what they look like beforehand. This isn't actually available for pets yet because, like, I mean, you can already see most of the 3D model there, so it isn't super helpful. Now, the other big thing that was actually added in this update is actually a new system for the buffs in Go Simulator. Now, I know quite a few people have been asking for stuff like disabling parachute or disabling jetpack, and there have been also abilities to disable perks like the hoverboard turbocharger and the hero's crown for a while. And so one of the things that was actually added was the ability to go ahead and disable any of the perks. So if you come down here to where all your perks are located, you won't notice anything different, but you'll notice if you go ahead and hover over them, you'll be actually able to go ahead and disable them. So for instance, if I want to not have the turbocharger anymore, I can go ahead and disable it, and now my board's a bit slower. If I don't want to be accidentally equipping the parachute every once in a while, I can go ahead and disable it, and I'll no longer be able to equip the parachute. This applies to all the buffs that were previously down here, and basically allows you to go ahead and customize what you want, and turn off stuff that you don't want. For instance, if you don't want to automatically pick up drops, you can go ahead and do that, and be selective about which drops you pick up. If you want to turn off your ability to use the gum hotkey for whatever reason, you can do that. If you want to play without any perks whatsoever in there, you can go ahead and do that. It's a pretty cool feature. I know a lot of people have requested it for various stuff in here, so that should be helpful. On top of that, Auto Unbox, one of the worst game passes in the game, mainly due to the fact that it actually made you consume crate keys every time you went in Unboxed, can now go ahead and be toggled off. So if you don't want to go ahead and auto unbox, you can turn it off, and you won't be able to see the buttons to auto unbox on the side. This is how it would look normally, and every time it would swap over, you would accidentally end up hitting the auto on those. It was a system. Additionally, more buffs were added to the top menu here of the pet crates. Not anything super interesting. And then also these classified chances on the side will actually update as you turn on and off stuff. So for instance, if you don't want to have double luck, you can turn that off. Oh, extra luck. Whoops. Yeah, in addition to this, there's some also changes to the gum that also apply with the buffs. Since gum is treated as a buff in the game, basically now that since you can disable buffs, you can go ahead and use a gum and then disable a gum, and then you can go ahead and use a different gum at the same time. Normally, you wouldn't be able to go ahead and use a new one while the current one's ongoing, but you go ahead and disable the one you're currently using. You can actually go ahead and swap gums without actually having to wait out the full time of the gum. This can be super helpful if you're really wanting to go ahead and switch from like vacuum to X gum to go ahead and sell, or from like loot to vacuum if you want again to go ahead and sell. Overall, pretty helpful for people who want to use a lot of gum regular. Yeah, not a super. Actually, it's a pretty heavily requested feature. I don't think it'll be super useful, but a lot of people have asked for it. In addition to that, there's also a few other smaller changes with gum. For instance, now you can actually go ahead and use up to 3 gums at a time. This can be denoted by this tag. As you can see, this one is a C down there, which stands for cosmetic. You can actually use any that don't have a tag, one of any of those, along with any one that is a cosmetic, which includes some gums like remnant gum, includes some stuff like headless gum, true bunny gum, bow gum, mystery gum, and pumpkin gum. In addition, you can also use any that have L for the boosted gums as their own category. So right now you can have up to 3 gums equipped, a boosted gum, a cosmetic gum, and a normal gum. This can be pretty helpful if you want to grind, for instance, boosted event drops gum at the same time you're using boss gum, and a few other gums, like for instance using boosted lucky gum at the same time as normal lucky gum. Overall, it is a small buff to boosted gums, which have been pretty bad for a while, so that should be pretty good. Other than that, there have been a few small fixes to a few other things. I'm not going to go over the entire patch notes. You guys can go read those in the Discord server if you want. One of the few ones that people might care about is there's a faster travel option, which basically turns off the flash whenever you teleport. It doesn't actually do too much in terms of that. For instance, the cooldown still stays the same. So if I want to go ahead and sell, you'll notice that there's a pretty noticeable delay between that. This doesn't actually get rid of that delay, but it will go ahead and make it so you can have a seamless transition without having to look at a black screen. I know it was a heavily requested features by testers. I don't think it's going to be something that too many other people really care about, since most people don't actually mind that black flash when you teleport. But yeah, other than that, not too much was really added in this update. A lot of the behind the scenes work for this buff system was actually done, which I really enjoyed, but none of you guys really care about. And yeah, hopefully you guys like this update. I think there might be even another patch incoming. I know there's already been, we're on to version 0.2. I think there might be a version 0.3 just to fix some quality of life stuff that people have brought up to my attention in the last day or so. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys on Monday for a hard mode stream.